Create assignment requires students to create a VoiceThread of their own and record comments on it. They will submit that VoiceThread to you and can even view their classmates' submissions if you opt to use the student gallery. This is a great assignment for student presentations, demonstration of a skill, or submitting a paper or other document for evaluation. To get started from the Assignment Builder page, click on Create and then click Continue at the bottom of the page. This will take you to the Choose Options page, where you can decide whether you want to require students to record comments, what types of comments you want to allow, and what you want the playback settings on this VoiceThread to be. Students will not be able to override these settings, so you have complete control over the VoiceThreads that they create. At the top of the page, you can decide how many comments you want to require, and you can decide if that is an exact number or a minimum number. If you select exact, the student will be required to record that number of comments, and then they will not be allowed to record anymore. Below that, you can decide what types of comments you want to allow, and just uncheck the boxes for the options you do not want to include. Below that, you have a number of playback settings that you can enable for the VoiceThreads your students create. You can enable threaded commenting to allow them to reply to one another in the student gallery, enable comment moderation if students should not be permitted to see one another's comments, prevent them from deleting their comments if you want to make sure you always capture their first attempt. You can limit the length of each comment, and even set the slides to advance themselves automatically as students are recording for more of a timed presentation. You can make sure that the VoiceThread will start playing when it's opened, instead of requiring somebody to click a play button, and you can set it to automatically advance through the slides so that you don't need to navigate forward manually. You can allow students and their classmates to download the central media from the VoiceThreads they create, export those VoiceThreads to save the entire conversation offline, and even make a copy of the VoiceThread so that they can keep a portfolio while you keep the original version. Finally, there is the Student Gallery option. If you want to allow students to see one another's submissions, make sure you check this box. This is what's going to enable the Student Gallery so that they can browse through all of their classmates' submissions and record peer feedback, or just view what their classmates have done. Click Continue when you're done, and this will move you to step 3. This is where you can set some basic parameters for your assignment. The assignment name will appear at the top of the student interface, and the assignment instructions will appear on the right-hand side. This is a good place to let students know what the expectations are so that they create the correct type of VoiceThread. You can include an optional example if you have created a model VoiceThread you want them to view before they start creating their own. After students have submitted their VoiceThread, they will see some confirmation text on the screen, and you can customize what that confirmation text says. You can set a start date and an end date for your assignment. Students will not be permitted to access or submit the assignment before the start date or after the due date. You can allow students to resubmit in case they submitted the wrong VoiceThread, or in case you want to allow them to try again if they have done something incorrectly. And you can allow students to view their own submission after they have submitted. If you are part of a very strict program that does not allow students to review even their own work after they have submitted it, you would uncheck this box. Finally, you can decide if you want to grade on a percentage scale or by pass-fail. After you have made all of these decisions, click Publish at the bottom of the page.